So first of all, we start to download the SDAPS-Creator. We go on equestion.weebly.com and then we select software, and then you can see this is SDAPS. This is provided by Benjamin Burke, which has the original SDA provided and developed the SDAPS program. And then now we go on the SDAPS-Creator, which help you to create a LaTeX questionnaire in a visual format so that you can really see what is the questionnaire looking like with and this is a screenshot from the SDAPS-Creator, so you have an image of what the final product of your questionnaire will look like, and you can edit the questionnaire as well. Down here you have the Linux ISO image that is necessary to install SDAPS on your computer as a Linux operating system. If you want to stick to the Windows machine, you install it into a virtual box, which is a virtual machine running a Linux operating system inside your Windows. But this is a different step. I would recommend to use and install the ISO image provided by Michael Baumann from the University of Koblenz-Landau directly on your machine, and then you use this SDAPS-Creator and you download it from GitHub. So you press the download button, you can view the sources on SDAPS, and you download the zip and unzip it on your local hard drive. You will have created an SDAPS-Creator folder, and inside you see these subfolders. And you start the SDAPS-Creator with your Firefox browser. Please install Firefox if you don't have it on your computer, but it's available on all operating systems. The creation of the SDAPS questionnaire is possible even on a Windows machine, even if SDAPS itself not available. But at least when you want to process the scanned image, you install the SDAPS ISO image provided on equestion.weebly.com by the University of Koblenz-Landau. Just now we start the SDAPS-Creator. Now it loads the questionnaire. There might be several questionnaires predefined on your local hard drives. I added a few questionnaires that are empty, and if you store a questionnaire, you can overwrite my questionnaire 2, my questionnaire 3, and then you load your own standard default questionnaires you use for different purposes. So you can rearrange your whole questionnaire and get a predefined questionnaire for assessment and so on at the university, for example. So loading can be done here. You select a questionnaire, for example, and then everything is loaded, and you see the full questionnaire here with the text boxes. This is an HTML questionnaire that can be used as well for other purposes, but it's just an intermediate step to get rid of the LaTeX and immediately see what the questionnaires look like. And the final questionnaire might look a little bit different, but at least you can see how it is arranged, what are the questions, how would they look like. And this is just a helpful tool to minimize requirements on your operating system to develop a questionnaire. Show questionnaire shows the questionnaire. We are just in it. When you edit the structure, then you can see this whole questionnaire is split up in different sections. The header section, then a section itself, then the first question, the second question, and the third question, and so on. And these questions can be edited. So at the main editing level is editing title, and the title is here. Select from 5 options within the text area. So I edit the title. I edit something unnecessary. So I update the title, and then you see the updated title is visible here. So going back to the questionnaire, I see the full questionnaire, and of course the changes are visible in the questionnaire. I added the structure again, and then I want to edit the section header. That's it. Update the title, show questionnaire, and then there it is, the change title. You can do this for the header of the questionnaire itself and so on. This is the basic editing level. When you go one editing level in more detail, you see here this, let's see here, edit title, and then edit details. So with editing details, you can see this is the title of you can edit it directly here, but you can also change your options. So Linux, Windows, Mac, Android, iOS, other operating system. So that's it so far. Update details, and then you see Linux, Windows, Mac, Android, iOS, and other operating system which can be entered here. So now you say, oh, this question I want to have it available as a questionnaire node, which is a Q node. This question might be used in several questionnaires, and then you think, oh yeah, it might be relevant to have this Q node available also in other questions, and I just want to select this and import it to a new questionnaire. Then you save the Q node and then create it. Since you copy and paste it, and then you go into your operating system and you create a new folder and copy and paste it into it. And then you start to save it on your local hard drive. So, and then you see here the folder Q nodes, and there these folders here, it contains all the questionnaire type, the Q node types. This is an HTML file for including sections into your questionnaire. And then I create a new questionnaire node and override, for example, single 5 select. And this questionnaire node is now overwritten by the questionnaire, and then anytime when you select this Q node, then this new updated questionnaire node is available on your system. But this is not a standard way to use it, but at least you can create and save your Q nodes on your local hard drive and use them again. So that's it so far. So looking on the questionnaire, now it is looked like we changed it, we add some text field and so on. Now we want to alter our questionnaire, and so we go into edit structure, go at the very end, and we want to add a new Q node. And there are some Q nodes that are already existing, and here there are an arbitrary free options where you can add your own Q node. You save them as Q node 1 in the folder Q nodes, and then when you select one of these Q nodes, your predefined Q node is loaded into the questionnaire. Now let's select the last name, first name as an Q node into our system, and maybe we want also to add the email address and the student ID. So I select this Q node, and this is one predefined Q node I have already created. And then when you select it, you go down here, and then you see these text. Please identify yourself with the following details: last name, first name, student ID, and email address. And with this option, you can see this is an Q node which might be relevant for many questionnaires, and then it's helpful to have this Q node available on your system without the need to change and alter the Q node every time when you use this. So once again adding a queue node. There are some queue nodes predefined, and you can add many more of them as they are not sufficient for your purpose. Then you add those queue nodes step by step, and then you can use them for your questionnaires. So now look at the final questionnaire. Now we think this questionnaire is how we want to use it in our study. Then we have to export it to a LaTeX document, for example. So export to the LaTeX document. This is the export of the questionnaire in the LaTeX format. And now you see that it contains all the changes I made to the questionnaire also in the title document. It's much easier to see where the queue nodes are immediately added and visible, and then this syntactical structure is a little bit more difficult to understand and to read, especially when you are not a LaTeX user before. But at least when you export this, you copy and paste it. You start, for example, a notepad on Windows, or Genie on a Linux system, or Text Wrangler on a Mac system. You create a new document, copy and paste it, and then you save the document on SDAPS, for example, Dropbox, JavaScript, the SDAPS development there, SDAPS menu, and then in the questionnaire you save this my new questionnaire dot tech, and then when it's stored and saved, you can use this document within the SDAPS menu, which is explained to you in a separate video as well. So now look for the for other options. You want to save not only a queue node, you want to save the whole questionnaire, and the same can be provided with the questionnaire itself. You can create the HTML code, and this questionnaire can be saved, for example, in my questionnaire on your local hard drive. So the questionnaires are here. So questionnaire 1, questionnaire 5, and so on. And if you replace one of those questionnaires available here, you get the full list of questionnaires altered according to your requirements and constraints. For example, this questionnaire can contain all the time the student ID, email, and name and first name and last name queue node as well, and some other items that are necessary for all the electronic assessment you want to perform at university, for example. And then you predefine those my questionnaire to HTML, or maybe rename it in a way that it's good readable for the maintenance. But first of all, you should stick to these names, because you don't have to alter the menu itself by SDAPS. Last but not least, I want to explain what the structure is. These are the frames. You don't have to touch them very much. The queue nodes are stored here. These are the minimal elements that can be added to a questionnaire. Full questionnaires that use the queue nodes are stored in questionnaire. So there are several questionnaires predefined. You can override them and use them anytime you like. And the questionnaires which are possible to load are stored in questionnaire loader. And we have a quick look on the questionnaire loader. For example, open as Genie. So this is the document questionnaire loader, and we go down. Then you see here is my questionnaire 1, and it's a quick explanation. And if you want to alter this questionnaire in electronic assessment and university, and create another file, assessment 1, for example, then you have to store the questionnaire that you export on your local hard drive with this name, and this is the explanation for the user interface. And if we go back to that questionnaire and may load, then you see these name for the questionnaire is altered, and you can add more questionnaires, predefined questionnaires for loading and altering the questionnaire. And that's it so far for changing and saving predefined questionnaires you want to keep for further use. The export of an HTML document will help you to use the structure of the element also on a HTML web page. So just copy and paste the document here, and I place them into a new file, store them in the new file. So, and if I save this just on the desktop, test quest.html, and there it is. And now if I use them on your file, you see that the whole section is exported as an HTML file. And if you want to use the structure also as an electronic questionnaire, you can alter this this questionnaire by submitting those questionnaire to Line server or something like that, which records the content, and then you have an equivalent HTML questionnaire to your paper and pencil questionnaire that is processed with SDAPS. So you can record data electronically with that HTML document at the same time with SDAPS and process the paper and pencil questionnaires. So that's it. Thank you for listening, and happy online markup recognition.